Paul Marsh here on Express, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by Professor Sam Wass, who is a child psychologist and TV presenter. Thank you very much for joining me, Sam.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for having me.
So, of course, summer holidays are right around the corner. As we speak now, it's literally my son and daughter's last day of school. So we're going to have lots of fun over the next few weeks. In fact, like I say, as we speak, so little bit of sort of radio technology. I'll tell our listeners now that this isn't live. So this is being recorded on Thursday, and as of tomorrow, we're off for the weekend camping. Yay! So we are going to. Well, I won't say where we're going, but we're going to various different places, and we have done various car trips. In fact, just last 6 weeks ago, we went up to Grimsby. So we're down here in Portsmouth, and we went up to Grimsby. It was very interesting, is what I'll say. Very interesting. So the thing is how do we keep our children off of technology for 2, 3, 4 hours when they're in the car? Because we didn't do it, did we?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference. Yeah. How old are your kids, Paul?
So my daughter's 10 and my son is 5.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's interesting. Yeah. So it is a big difference, and it's definitely something that's changed a lot recently. So this all comes from a survey done by QuickFit, looking at how people's memories of going on holiday together as a family were different, back when they were kids compared to how they are nowadays with their own kids. And it shows that 26% of people, actually, I'm honestly surprised it's that little, say that their children spend less time doing family activities together than they did with their own parents on the childhood car journey. So, I'm here to talk a little bit about the psychology of why that is, why we tend to hide behind our phones when we're on car journeys, but also, talking about the benefits of doing activities together as a family, because there's a really good evidence base now that spending time actually talking to your kids and having, particularly playing shared family games is really beneficial and is really a good way to get yourself on the way to a nice family holiday together. So there's a lot of really, really good scientific evidence that it's worth doing. And then obviously we've got some suggestions for games you can play as well.
So when I mentioned to my wife that I was going to be doing this interview, she said to me, "You have to tell them what I did." And I said, "I'll put my hands up and say, right, this is your idea. I'll give you credit." So my wife, cool, 5, 6 years ago, I suppose, came up with car journey bingo. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and she printed out these sheets and laminated them and everything else like that. And for example, it was a petrol station, a bridge, traffic lights, whatever it was. So, and then as you're going on your journey, you tick them off once you've seen them. And the first person to tick off all of their boxes was the winner. A little bit more difficult when you're driving, I'll be honest with you. But the kids really, really enjoyed it. And we still play it every now and again. But the difficulty we have is they now have their own iPads and phones,
Yeah.
bits and pieces like that. So it's difficult to get them to partake in these family games when they know that they have that technology there.
Yeah, it is, Paul, and that's tricky. Yeah, we actually did something a little bit similar in my family, but we played it with we also called it car bingo. That's quite a common one, actually. It was one of the most common games. What are the things? I think it's 24% or something of families say that was 31% say that they play car bingo as one of their
Yeah.
games. We played it with different. You got extra points for getting different types of car. So,
Oh, right.
showing
Brilliant.
my age now, if you've got
Yeah.
a Volkswagen or a Trabant, that was extra points. And then the bonus, you automatically won if you're the first to spot a Reliant Robin. There we are. I'm really showing my age now. Back in
Superb.
the day.
Superb. That could be
Yeah,
something that we can use tomorrow when we go away for the weekend then.
yeah,
Um,
definitely. If you
so
spot one, but yeah,
and that's the difference. I suppose that's the difference with people that are our age. Is obviously we just did not have the technology. You might have taken
yeah.
a cartoon or a magazine or something like that maybe to read, but that would have been it really. Whereas you, how do you convince children that have all of this technology that they can watch their own shows or play games or do whatever they do on them to put them down for a little bit and no, let's play a family game whilst we're doing it?
Yeah, it's tricky. I think so. One of the so there are lots of tips for this. I mean, screens certainly have a strong impact on kids. They give them a lot more information than you get otherwise from a family game, or sitting, even doing something that my kids are a bit younger than yours, and they love doing things like singing along to the radio. And a lot of the evidence for the benefits of playing these games is exactly the same as singing along for the radio. Just doing things together at the same time like helps to build up like feelings of trust in a family. And it helps, you know, if you want your kids to open up to you about how they're feeling when you're away, if you want them to help with doing it, washing up, you know, that type of thing. The evidence is that just doing shared activity, so the same, you know, it's the same as you all pitching a tent together, like all of that type of thing. Doing stuff together helps to build up feelings of trust in a group. You know, same reason we all go to watch sports events at the same time. You know, that type of thing. Just feeling the same emotions at the same time. You know, helps build up groups. But it's tricky with kids because their, you know, screens give them a lot of stimulation, and they really enjoy that. You know, and it gets very rewarding. So all the stuff on screens is, you know, warn them in advance, set a budget, let them control how much they use. You know, choose a time when, you know, it's outside. It's not the worst thing to do is they've got a phone in their hand and you're trying to get it off them, and they weren't expecting that you're going to try and get it off them.
Right, okay.
And they've had some screen time already, because that gets them more excited, and that is guaranteed to lead to a big row. But doing it outside, talking about it before it happens, raising it at a time when everyone's very calm, and then letting them control the details. Okay, so you can have your screen for, you know, 10 minutes, like you choose when those 10 minutes are, and then getting them involved in the decision making. You know, that's all the stuff that helps. And then obviously, depending on the age of the kids as well, you know, talking about you know, the benefits. So, you know, singing is a really nice thing, and it's nice to spend time in a family. You know, you can talk about this survey by QuickFit if you want, that 74% of people say that the stuff that they remember fondly from their childhood journeys are the stuff that they did together as a family. Nobody looks back fondly, oh, do you remember that time, you know, I spent 2 hours playing Candy Crush on my own on a phone? It's just not all memories. Whereas card bingo, you know, that's the type of thing, you're pleased you've done it when you're older.
So the one thing that I suppose we do like that is we've got a Spotify playlist, and we've each chosen 5 songs to go on that Spotify playlist. So when we do go on a car journey or whatever it is, and, you know, we just hit shuffle. So you never know whose song it's going to be. But you know that even if it's not, you know, if it's mum's song or dad's song or whatever, you know that your song is going to be coming up soon.
Oh, that's a nice idea. Yeah, that's really nice. And then you can share it out. Yeah, that's a lovely thing to do. That you know, depending if you're in a family, my family, we always used to have one of the things I remember from my family holidays is we'd often have big rows when we were going off on holiday, because my parents was knackered, they've been packing the car, you know, everyone's in a hurry. And one thing that I really noticed already with my kids is this stress contagion. So it's something I do quite a lot of work into, how you pick up in each other's moods in a family, and how like a bad mood can share around the family. And something like what you say, Paul, about, you know, doing karaoke and doing singing together is a really great way to cancel bad moods, because it forces ourselves. The thing about singing, and it's a really great, you know, I use that a lot with my 2-year-old at the moment. She really finds it helpful to have music on, and she loves like trying to sing along to Frozen, that type of stuff. And the reason is because when we're in a grumpy mood, we do like fast, shallow breaths. But when we're calm, we do big, deep, slow breaths. And singing makes us breathe as if we're calm. And there's a lot of research now that actually helps us to get calm. So, you know, particularly if you've got a tantrum or a family row brewing in the car, then that is the perfect moment to get on with, you know, a bit of Spotify playlist, just like you say.
The only other thing that we try and do, if tensions are a little high, it's a joke telling contest. Is always a good one as well, to get the kids laughing, and that sort of gets, you know, and the sillier the joke, the more you laugh and all of that. So that's the only other thing. Sam, thank you very much for talking to me. I do appreciate it. If people want to find out either A, little bit more about you, or B, some ideas and tips if they're going on a road trip, where can they do that?
So lots and lots of ideas for games in particular, as well as a little bit on the benefits of playing games, you know, why it's a good thing to do, all on the website. So quickfit.com.
Sam, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and fingers crossed I have a great weekend away with the kids.
Yeah, enjoy your camping trip. Oh, it's going to be fun. I can't. It's one thing I just can't get my wife to do. She's like, no. Whenever I mention camping, she doesn't even let me finish the word. She's like, no. So I'm jealous. I hope you have a nice time.
It can be testing. It can be testing.
But that's the point. That's why I always say that's the point.
Sam, thank you very much, and we'll talk soon.
Nice to talk, Paul. Take care. Bye.